Lady Vols stormed into Lexington, Kentucky with a perfect 7-0 record in the SEC. But the Kentucky Wildcats and a sellout crowd behind them will bring their best to try to make it a perfect 11-0 at home this season.
I don't want them to see 1 ounce of daylight, no air to breathe, no shade from the sun, none whatsoever. And you are the team. It's not a matter of whether you can or can't. You can do it. It is will you. Are we ready to do that?
Yes.
Will you do that?
Yes.
I know you will. Let's go win a big one. Here we go.
This is SEC College Basketball presented by Dr. Pepper. It seems like it's Rivalry Thursday once again as we welcome you live to historic Memorial Coliseum. It's number 10 Kentucky taking on number 6 Tennessee and a rematch of last year's tournament championship game. Hi everybody and welcome. A sellout crowd on hand and only the best here as well. And I'm talking about my partner Carolyn Peck. I'm Paul Sunderland. I'm really looking forward to this basketball game. The Tennessee Volunteers have wonderful tradition. Everybody knows about that, particularly at the defensive end. And so far, you pointed out that Tennessee's defensive numbers game in, game out bear that as well.
Holly Warlick has her Tennessee Lady Vols locked in defensively. They average 11 steals a game. They will turn you over about 19 times a game. Tennessee's been inconsistent with their offense, so they've had to lock in with their defense. Paul, they've only allowed teams to score over 58 points 4 times this season, but they've lost 3 of those games.
And obviously Tennessee's got a big advantage inside, so Kentucky has to take advantage of maybe their advantage on the outside.
Well, you look at these 3 guards, they account for 50% of Kentucky's scoring, and especially Michaela Epps, since being moved to that point guard spot, she's averaging about 16 points a game.
Just moments away from the opening tip, there is Holly Warlick in her 3rd season as heading up the Lady Vols. A look at the starting lineup. Jordan Reynolds coming off a career high. But again, the question is, what will we get from Bashara Graves?
She's going to have to step up big, especially if Isabel Harrison finds herself in foul trouble.
And for the Kentucky Wildcats, 5-2 in conference, 16-4 overall. Matthew Mitchell, winningest coach in school history. And Bria Goss really starting to have an impact on this Kentucky Wildcat team after missing 6 games with a thumb injury.
Well, since she's gotten back, she's averaging 10 points a game and 3.3 rebounds, big in the absence of Janae Thompson.
What's at stake? Top 4 teams currently in the SEC. Kentucky alone in 4th. Look at Mississippi State. What a good year they're having. A huge win last week in another rivalry game at Ole Miss. And, of course, South Carolina, number 1 in the nation, and Tennessee, a perfect 7-0. Tip controlled by Tennessee in their road orange uniforms.
I know we talked about Tennessee's defense, but Kentucky is known for their pressure defense as well, and they start out an aggressive man-to-man.
Good work by Graves right down the lane. Weave on the outside, and it shows you what Graves is capable of.
You expect Bashara Graves to get involved offensively. In the LSU game, 0 field goal attempts.
And immediately some pressure from Tennessee as well. And head coach Holly Warlick told us this afternoon, teams that press don't like to be pressed. So immediately Tennessee is coming out with some pressure. Offensive rebound taken inside by Jalea Sidney. And from the outside, immediately answering number 13 in white, that is Bria Goss, averaging 8 points, 3 rebounds, shooting it at 40% so far on the year.
She missed 5 games with that left thumb. I know Matthew Mitchell's glad to have her back.
Heavily padded, as it has to be by rule. Talked to her this afternoon. She's gotten pretty used to playing with that brace on her left thumb, but she's not very good at going to her left. Burdick spins baseline, tough shot against the clock, and knocks that down with 5 ticks left on the shot clock. Quickly into the front court. Ball deflected out of bounds by Tennessee. What are you looking for early in this contest based on what we learned from the coaches this afternoon?
Which team is going to control the tempo? And Holly Warlick had said that she would go zone to slow things down to make Kentucky have to think and use the shot clock.
Immediately, Tennessee into the 1-2-2 zone. Careless pass. Wasn't even out of a double team, and here comes Reynolds. Number 0 in orange. Slips it. High archer not there, and the rebound taken. Maybe a little ill-advised. Quickly out of the backcourt, Lene Harper, number 15. What a story she is.
7th best rebounder in the SEC Conference at 5'7" 3/4.
She's listed at 5'8", but I think her tennis shoes might give her that half an inch.
Sydney going down the lane. Doesn't usually bring a lot of offense, but this team does offensive rebound. They are one of the best in the conference and certainly one of the best in the country, and I'm talking about Kentucky on the loose ball foul.
One of the things to watch for, and Holly Warlick preached over and over in shoot around, was that you've got to box out. Tennessee's used to a team to just leaping and going to get rebounds, but because of as aggressive as Kentucky pursues the basketball, you got to box out these guards.
Boy, careless on the inbounds pass, but Harper unable to follow that up, and the offensive rebound taken by Goss. Michaela Epps on the perimeter, really good at working her way down in through the seams, whether it's man-to-man or zone. Outside to Harper again, sets her feet, three-pointer on the way off the front of the iron. Battle for the offensive rebound, and the foul is going to be called. Did they give that to Graves? Yeah, they gave that to Bashara Graves. She picks up her first personal.
I thought Graves had inside position.
I think what they were calling for was a little bit of a hook from behind. Remember, Matthew Mitchell told us this afternoon at shoot-around, his team is undersized, but they have got to get their share of rebounds off both backboards. A double dribble called that time against Burdick. Maybe looked one way, the pass was covered. Picked it up on already 2 quick turnovers for Tennessee.
I know Sierra Burdick can handle the basketball, but with the pressure of Kentucky, Tennessee's got to be more comfortable getting the ball in the hands of Carter or Reynolds. Tennessee in that 3-2 zone defense.
Open in the corner, wide open. Harper on the way, no. Deflected out of bounds. It'll be Tennessee basketball. And coming on quickly, Alexis Jennings, who's having an outstanding freshman year, number 35 in white from Madison, Alabama, high school All-American, former Alabama Player of the Year, will come on.
Be interesting to watch this freshman because I did the Kentucky-South Carolina game, and as a freshman, she was not afraid of the length of the Gamecocks.
And as the season has gone along, and now she is making her first pass through the best conference in the country, her numbers are even up, which is really stunning. Outside to Burdick, finds herself all alone, a rhythm dribble, and what a good block out by number 13, Bria Goss. Jennifer O'Neal quickly into the front court. Been pretty quiet so far. O'Neal averaging 15 points per game, 4th best in the conference.
Tennessee changing up their defense now in a man-to-man.
Epps using that strength, trying to turn the corner, lays it up, no, not there. Good rebound, chasing after, pursuing the ball by Burdick.
Burdick told me before the game she was going to get at least 10 rebounds tonight.
That's a big number. Ball deflected out of bounds, just underway here at Memorial Coliseum. Kentucky at 16-4, number 10 in the country. Tennessee at 17-3, ranked number 6. Both teams coming off wins. Kentucky easily over Missouri, a team that's injury-ridden, and Kentucky last Sunday at home over University of Georgia. Graves looking inside. Burdick, some size on Epps, has that ball deflected away, and good block that time by Elisa Rice. Feeder set by the freshman and buries a three-pointer. Alexis Jennings, her 8th three-pointer of the season.
Look at the pressure at Kentucky and forcing Jordan Reynolds playing up at the half-court line.
Reynolds finds some space, rattles that off, and a foul is going to be called. And we're going to stay at the Tennessee end, but an intense start. Both teams having some trouble making shots, at least until they got a little loose.
Hey, but the freshman comes into the game, Alexis Jennings, from long distance.
SEC Network Basketball is brought to you by Dr. Pepper, always one of a kind.
This moment, it's been 40 years in the making. Passing the torch from father to son is why your family partnered with Regions in the first place. From succession planning to your first day as CEO, Regions shares your vision for moving forward. And at moments like this, That makes all the difference. Is your business at a turning point? Turn to Regions.
I'd rather do anything else than sit at a dealership. It's a lot of haggling, and it takes so long.
Craig's experience is completely different than mine.
Yeah. Yes, Mike has used TrueCar.
At TrueCar, we'll show you how much others paid for the car you want and how much you should.
Because I used TrueCar, there was no haggling about the price. They treated me so well, and it was just such a quick, easy experience.
Get your car and get back to the life you love. Welcome to the future of car buying.
At Zulily.com, women are discovering something new every day.
Zulily has an amazing selection. You will find the cutest outfits for a fraction of the price.
We typically offer 100 new sales events each day, so there's always something special to discover, all at prices up to 70% off. And our mobile apps make it easy to shop on the go.
I know that if I find something on Zulily, I better grab it right away or it'll be gone.
Now it's your turn. Discover new selections and unbeatable savings. Shop Zulily.com and start saving today.
Welcome back to SEC Network Basketball presented by Dr. Pepper. Kentucky after the three-pointer made by Alexis Jennings on top 5-4 early. Here were the words of Matthew Mitchell. You heard him in the locker room. This was right before the tip.
Remember, I don't care what you do. It's how you do it. It's how you do it. Go after them right now. Set the tone right now. Get the pace where we want it. Let's go, go, go. Together, 1, 2, 3. Together.
61st meeting all time. Tennessee leads it 50 wins over 10 losses. They split a couple meetings last year. Kentucky winning for the first time in Knoxville for the first time since 1985. And then the Lady Vols returning the favor at the SEC tournament in the finals. 71-70. So between the two games last year, decided by a total of 3 points.
By halftime in the SEC tournament, Kentucky was up 6, and then Tennessee had to come back for the win.
Isabel Harrison has her first shot rejected on a clear out from the free throw line. Harper with it over to Epps, wide open for 3, measures it. Let me take that back. She re-measured it and banged it home off the backboard.
Hey, it's better to shoot it too long than to leave it short.
And that's going to be a traveling violation. One of the things at shoot-around today, and we've heard it before, Matthew Mitchell wanted to speed up Tennessee. How does he hope to get that done?
Well, scoring quickly in transition, and then after the score, immediately jump into your full-court pressure, whether that be with trapping or just one-on-one defense.
Kentucky leading at 8-4. It played about 5 minutes in the opening half. Jennings looking at another 3. That one missed badly, and Graves takes the rebound. 3 turnovers in the last 6 possessions for Tennessee. So obviously Matthew Mitchell, head coach of Kentucky, his strategy working very well, forcing some turnovers. Reynolds kept the dribble alive and made a 15-foot pull-up jump shot straight away.
And Jordan Reynolds had to make shots against Georgia because Georgia slacked off the perimeter game of Tennessee, taking away the post game. So if the guards make shots, that'll open up things for Harrison and Graves.
And it was difficult last week, and I'm glad you brought up the Georgia game because Tennessee had been shooting the ball from range very well. In that particular game, only 3 of 17.
It goes back to what I was talking about at the start of the game. It's their defense. That's what's they can count on to win ball games.
O'Neal, a nice dish down inside to Elisa Rice, but has that shot rejected by guard Andrea Carter coming from behind.
I want Izzy Harrison on the block.
High ball screen. Tough shot that time by Jordan Reynolds, and that's why you want Izzy Harrison on the block. Offensive rebound, taken once again and kicked outside by Graves. Nobody guarding Reynolds. She misses that. Rebound taken once again and put back in. Dominance inside by Tennessee on the backboards.
Relentless Isabel Harrison, the energy that she brings on the court in the paint.
Harrison averaging 12 points, 9 rebounds last week because of foul trouble. That's going to be an offensive foul. Jennings down inside using the off arm to push and create some space. She picks up her first personal foul. Burdick coming back on.
Bashard Graves holds her ground, but Alexis Jennings leads with that elbow. That's a good call by the officials.
3rd team foul. And fouls and foul shooting are going to be very, very big in this basketball game. Both teams, particularly Kentucky, get to the line an awful lot. Kentucky gets to the line a leading 29 times a game.
Mia Moore on for the first time. A little bit looks like a headband or something on the floor, and so the officials stop momentarily. Mark Zentz, Roy Gobayan, and Troy Winders are the officials tonight for the SEC.
Now, Sierra Burdick has moved to the 4 now. Tennessee going with a smaller lineup, but that's a nice kiss off the glass for Burdick.
Very, very nice shot. I think it is so underutilized. The use of the backboard high up off the window. Pass down inside. Is that going to be a charge once again? So back-to-back offensive fouls. This is going to be called against number 15, Lene Harper. 13:09 remaining in the first half here at a sold-out Memorial Coliseum. And already 4 team fouls called against Kentucky.
With the pace of this game, both coaches have already gone to their bench early, rotating their players to keep fresh legs on the court.
Massengale on, now at the point, only 2 of 12 from three-point range last Sunday against Georgia. Backdoor cut by Carter, nicely on the jump stop, lays it up and in, and Tennessee now leads at 12-8. Pass that time missed inside by Kevin Gooden-Rogers. Tennessee, and they don't turn it over. They've been pretty efficient. They have scored their last 4 possessions.
But look at how Tennessee slowed down the tempo. On a make, they're back in a zone. On a miss, they're matched up in a man-to-man defense.
Nearly taken away, almost stolen again. Into the corner to Goss, and buries a 2-pointer inside the line. Full court pressure once again. Massengale, first look at a 3-pointer, not there. So now she is 2 for her last 13 as she misses her first 3-point attempt so far on the evening. 11:58 remaining in the opening half here in Lexington, Kentucky. It is number 10 taking on number 6. But more importantly, it is Kentucky versus Tennessee.
I've always seen No-No on TV, and I always wondered if it worked. And it's definitely, I can see what everybody talks about now.
It's not a razor. It's not a laser. It's No-No from Radiancy. No-No gives you no hair with no pain.
There's absolutely no pain.
Can't believe the difference, Al. It's almost hair-free.
And now, No-No is better than ever. Introducing the new No-No Pro. It's up to 35% more powerful. Imagine never having to shave again.
I like a close shave. Absolutely. And this is better than that. I mean, it's gone.
And there's a No-No for him, too.
It looks like just like you've got a fresh wax, but like you don't have to go through all the pain.
Call now, and we'll send you everything you need to get rid of your unwanted hair. Try No-No for 60 days. If you don't love it, return it, and we'll refund the purchase price, refund the shipping, and even pay the return postage. Try No-No risk-free today.
Esurance was born online, which means fewer costs, which saves money. Their customer experience is virtually paperless, which saves paper, which saves money. They have smart online tools, so you only pay for what's right for you, which saves money. They settle claims quickly, which saves time, which saves money. They drive an all-hybrid claims fleet, which saves gas, which saves money. They were born online and built to save money, which means when they save, you save, because that's how it should work in the modern world. Esurance, backed by Allstate. Click or call.
We'll look at Tennessee's shot chart. They're 6 for 15. Look at the misses in the paint. They only have 3 offensive putbacks. I think it's tough for Tennessee when both Isabel Harrison and Bashara Graves are both out of the game at the same time. This area right here, that should be money for the Lady Vols.
That is the golden triangle. That's where it all comes to life. And I agree with you. We were talking during the commercial. You said either Izzy Harrison or Bashara Graves, given how good they are and also how much they've been punishing Kentucky on offensive rebounds, one or the two of them or both of them got to be on the floor all the time.
And only one of those field goals was in the paint. 1 of 6.
Sierra Burdick off the side of the iron, rebound taken high by Lene Harper. O'Neal wide open for 3 off the side of the iron. Battle for it down inside, and a foul is going to be called on Burdick as she was blocking out on Asia Bishop, number 50 in white.
Tennessee in their 3rd defense now a 2-3.
Burdick picked up her first personal foul. Only 2 team fouls have been called against Tennessee. And that is team foul number 6 already on the offensive foul that time called against Elisa Rice.
That's Sierra Burdick's 2nd charge already in this game. Elisa Rice just a little too aggressive and off balance.
So Kentucky is out of fouls. It'll be free throws the rest of the half for Tennessee. And a miscue in the backcourt, 4th turnover. That one, Sierra Burdick. Lack of communication with a fellow senior that time, Ariel Massengale.
And that's 2 turnovers against the press for Sierra Burdick. She's got to catch, gather, and check. See when she has an opportunity to dribble down the basket, down the court, or then give it up to your guards.
Harrison back on. O'Neal wide open from 3-point range. Rattles in and out. Hard break. He's a pretty good 3-point shooter.
Oh, you got Harrison down low. She's got position.
Working hard to get some space. Middleton, that's not her shot. That is a forced shot. Give the defense of Kentucky some credit, and also good hard work down inside by Bishop, trying to deny and keeping the ball out of the hands of Harrison of Tennessee.
But I love the footwork of Isabel Harrison. She recognizes when the defense is on the high side, the reverse pivot and the spin. If the guards are just a little more patient.
Kentucky now just 4 of 15. Carolyn from the floor. Harper looking at a 3-pointer and buries that. I was just about to say, too many threes for Kentucky against this zone.
Kentucky shoots a little under 30% on the season, but they're at home. They're comfortable here. I wouldn't play those odds.
Nard looking inside. Good catch, gather, and laid up again by Isabel Harrison. Points in the paint once again. Good job against the pressure. Little touch foul on the outside. Going to be called against Middleton, her first. And that's 3 team fouls now on Tennessee. And as a reminder, could be a big factor. Kentucky is out of fouls.
Nard has her head on the rim. She recognizes that Isabel Harrison is sprinting down Main Street and gets her the basketball.
Isabel Harrison now with 1,001 points, and more importantly, as Kentucky scores at the other end. This senior class of Burdick, Massengale, and Harrison have 100 wins combined during their stay in Knoxville, Tennessee. Reynolds going baseline, running out of real estate, finds Carter. Shot clock at 10. Inside to Harrison once again with the offhand. No battle for the rebound. Whose basketball is it going to be? Ruled that it was off of Kentucky. So with a fresh shot clock, it will be Tennessee basketball once again, trailing Kentucky 15-14. Reynolds left all alone, off the iron, and dropped out of bounds by Kentucky. I want to remind everybody, while this ball is being readied for inbounding, college basketball continues this Saturday on the SEC ESPN Network. LSU, Mississippi State, and then at 4:30 Vanderbilt, Texas A&M, then Alabama and Kentucky. And stay tuned after the game as SEC Now will be live from Rupp Arena. All games are also live on Watch ESPN. Tennessee got to recognize that Kentucky's out of fouls. They got to get the ball inside or drive the ball to the basket, get to the free throw line.
You watch Jen O'Neal. She is playing off of Jordan Reynolds.
Bishop, good defense from behind.
O'Neal is by herself on the backside. That's your leading scorer. You got to get her the basketball.
Reynolds high up off the glass once again. Jordan Reynolds coming off a 15-point performance against Georgia last week. That was a career high. 6 lead change already in this rivalry game, Kentucky and Tennessee. Thanks for joining us here on SEC College Basketball. O'Neal needs a make. That off the back of the iron. Good tip out that time by Bishop. O'Neal down the lane, has it stripped away. Here comes Massengale running with Carter. Massengale to the rim, lays it up and in.
See, it's Tennessee's defense that's leading to their offense. Now, what I look for Kentucky to do, because they are second in free throw attempts, they've got to start driving the ball, getting in the paint.
There's O'Neal with the head fake, but a traveling violation will nullify that. So another turnover, and a look back at what you talked about, Carolyn. The Tennessee defense being the cornerstone of everything else.
So they force about 19 turnovers a game, and then they're converting that into points.
7 turnovers now for Kentucky, 8:21 remaining in the opening half. Tennessee a perfect 7-0 in conference, the only undefeated team. To join them is, of course, South Carolina, the #1 team in the nation. And the days are counting down to their big matchup against UConn. Burdick kicking the corner to Carter, 17-footer no. And that's going to be an offensive foul. If that's against Burdick, she may be in some early foul trouble. That's 2 personal fouls. She's going to have to go to the sideline after the pass-off. Good job by Kentucky stepping in to take the hit.
Well, one thing that you have to do against teams that play you a pressure defense is you've got to make that backdoor cut an option to relieve that pressure. But as a passer, you got to have body control.
Tennessee leading 18-15. And you look at Kentucky, and neither Epps or O'Neal have gotten going at all so far at the offensive end. 2 of their big 3 on the perimeter. Jennings down the lane, has the ball stripped away by fellow freshman Jamie Nard for Tennessee. 8th turnover for Kentucky. Carter steps into a 3-pointer off the front of the iron. Good block out, and ball taken off the floor by Jennings. Epps, boy, her feet were not set at all. Really rushed that shot.
Yeah, that was too quick.
That was almost like a turnover. Outside to Massengale again, off the side of the iron. The pace of this game pretty quick at both ends of the floor. Who does that favor?
Kentucky. It's how Kentucky likes to play, fast and up-tempo. That's why right now they're in this ball game. It's close.
So, where did you guys meet?
At the grocery store.
We met at a bar mitzvah.
Nice.
She's my boss.
Still the boss.
See?
We met learning ancient basket weaving in Honduras.
Woo!
Where'd you guys meet?
Oh, we met on blackpeoplemeet.com.
So do we.
Go ahead. Tell them where you met. blackpeoplemeet.com. Start today for free.
Alabama, undefeated Kentucky, Saturday night. Coach Anthony Grant and his Crimson Tide head to a raucous Rupp Arena.
The crowd gets to its feet here at Rupp.
And the shutdown Kentucky defense.
Great steal by Cauley Stein.
And a block by Towns. The most suffocating defense I have seen in my 36 years at ESPN.
In pursuit of perfection. Alabama, #1 Kentucky, Saturday at 7, only on the SEC ESPN network.
Winston, just one more inning, Grandma.
Ever notice how many things today kids can do without actually moving? A whole lot of things their parents used to do the hard way. So many kids' activities today seem to leave out the activity part, which makes exercise even more important for children. In fact, new research tells us the best time to enhance bone development is during childhood and adolescence. And just getting children to walk an extra 35 minutes a day could spare them the pain of thinning bones later in life. Healthy bones come from healthy habits. Encourage your kids to get up, get out, and get moving.
Hello. Hey, Grandma, how about another grape soda?
A public service message on building strong bones for kids from the Pediatric Orthopedic Society of North America and the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
Low-scoring defensive battle, and not a free throw shot yet in this game between Tennessee and Kentucky.
Live women's gymnastics continues tomorrow at 7 p.m. on the SEC ESPN network as number 11 Georgia takes on number 3 Florida, also available on Watch ESPN. Speaking of Florida, with former Florida and Purdue head coach, a national champion at Purdue no less, Carolyn Peck. I'm Paul Sunderland. This is SEC College Basketball presented by Dr. Pepper. Mentioned that free throws were a big factor. Kentucky lives at the line. They get there 29 times a game, have not shot a free throw yet. And Tennessee has been in the bonus for the last 4 minutes, and they still have yet to get to the line.
Well, Tennessee is settling for outside shots. Kentucky is as well, and what Matthew Mitchell talked about was hunt paint points.
And a foul is going to be called, and right on cue, we're going to have the first 2 free throws of the contest. Carter picks up her personal foul.
Epps, O'Neal, and Harper, 6 points. That's 40% of Kentucky's 15 points. And they, on the season, have accounted for 50% of the team on the season so far.
Free throw off the back of the iron. So far, Michaela Epps, 1 of 3 from the floor. Jennifer O'Neal, 0 for 3, and really took a bad shot a couple of times down. Excuse me, that was Epps. And so both of them, they know how much their scoring is vital to the Kentucky Wildcats. The officials are going to talk this one over. They'll straighten it out. It clearly went off of Jordan Reynolds' leg. And so they'll talk it over and get it right, much to the delight of this sellout crowd in this old building. Love this old building. Seats about 8,000, and everyone is taken. 7th turnover for Tennessee.
One area Holly Willick has to be pleased with. Even though you have 6 turnovers, you've not allowed Kentucky to turn those into any points.
O'Neal, nice job defensively by Reynolds. Carter out of the backcourt, steps inside, loses control, and a foul is going to be called. So I'm glad I brought up the free throws, because now each team is going to go to the line and shoot a couple.
Jordan Reynolds, she gets the first deflection, and then Andrea Carter continues to force the issue in transition and gets herself to the free throw line.
Jalea Sidney just picked up her first personal foul. Carter, 71% from the line. That one up and good, averaging 8 points, 3 rebounds, and 2.6 steals per contest. And really struggled with her accuracy from outside the arc early on, but turned her season around. For a period of time, she was 2 for 18 and was a basket case. But she started making some shots and then went through a stretch where she made 7 out of 14, and now she's right on track.
Carter's a good shooter. She's just reluctant to shoot the ball. Oh, that was a big attempt at an offensive putback.
Look at Nard running ahead of the pack. Epps, Bishop on the floor with Carter. And look at the possession arrow, and that's going to be Kentucky basketball. Carolyn, seems to me, and you coach this game in college and the WNBA as well, Kentucky is taking some bad shots right now. Not marginal, bad shots. What do they do to have to get out of that?
Well, they've got to be a little more patient. I know that Matthew Mitchell wants his team to play up-tempo and fast pace. They have ball screen action that they can use. Run some offense to get a secured shot to help keep yourself in a rhythm.
Coming in off the sideline quickly once again is Jennings. And she will replace defensive specialist Jalea Sidney. Really interesting story. Sidney out of Queens Village, New York, the 6'2 senior, has had nothing but trouble with her knees. It's like a daily maintenance project. But here she is, giving her team and her teammates, more importantly, some really vital minutes, especially at the defensive end.
Well, she used the non-conference time to really give her knees some rest so that she would be ready for the SEC season.
Bishop off the dribble. Did she put it down quickly enough? She did not. So the 6'3" senior out of Toledo, Ohio, charged with the 10th turnover for Kentucky. That is way too many empty possessions. Look inside to Nard, trying to carve out some space, and an offensive foul is going to be called on the hook.
It's a good cut by Nard on the backside. But that hook, when you put your arm around the defender, that's going to be called as an offensive foul.
17 fouls, and so both in the bonus. That ball kicked out of bounds. 5:39 remaining. Just once again to reset Tennessee. Number 6 in the country right now. Perfect 7-0 in conference. Kentucky at number 10. They are 5-2 in conference. Losses to South Carolina and to LSU.
Yeah, after that LSU game, they came back and had a 6 a.m. practice the next morning.
O'Neal loses the handle. Calling for the foul? I don't think so. Boy, O'Neal, Jennifer O'Neal is really struggling right now, and that shot of Matthew Mitchell tells you everything. 16-4 overall, and looking for their 11th win here at home so far on the season. And O'Neal averaging just under 15 points per game. He's got to get it going offensively. Graves looking for it down in the post. Harrison out above the three-point line. Pretty good ball handler and passer. Good pressure defense by Kentucky. And the backdoor cut, it is tipped away that time by Epps. Harper trying to get into the lane. Tough shot high up off the backboard. No. Harrison in traffic takes the rebound. And it's going to be 1-1 coming to Tennessee. Tough rebound in traffic taken by Isabel Harrison.
We're talking about Jen O'Neal averaging 14.8 points a game. She can knock down the long ball. She just got to catch it in rhythm and then let it fly. And I think in order for Kentucky to make that happen, they got to get some ball movement against this pressure from the Tennessee defense.
Isabel Harrison limited only 19 minutes in that win over Georgia last Sunday. 68% free throw shooter. It's interesting. We were at practice this morning. She told us there were some real anxious moments because she tweaked her left ankle and asked her about it at the conclusion of practice, and she said, it's the shoes. The shoes are new, and one of them just sort of stuck in the floor. Said, you okay? I said, yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. But I'll tell you what, the trainer was over there, the coach was over there, the assistant coach was over there as soon as it happened.
I think Holly was trying to show that not look overly concerned, so she just slowly meandered on the baseline just to kind of walk by and go, is my big girl okay?
She is fine, and while we're talking about injuries, want to, of course, wish all the best to Janae Thompson, severely injured point guard here at the University of Kentucky, and also Shakobia Barbie, we understand, was at the game last Sunday at Tennessee, injured her ankle badly. Thought it was just a sprain, quite frankly. Unfortunately, it was much more than that. It was a fracture and underwent surgery as well. So Shakobia Barbie is done, and there is Janae Thompson. And we were speaking to some of the players earlier today. I think it was Jen O'Neal when I asked, what adjustment do you have to make? Or Michaela Epps. They said it's not all of us. All of us, our roles are changed and our responsibilities have changed with the absence and the injury of Janae.
But especially Michaela Epps,
especially
who in the South Carolina game, Epps was playing a 4. And now, since that January 15th Florida game, she's moved to the point guard spot.
High arching free throw off the side of the iron. The rebound taken in traffic by number 5, Kyvan Gooden-Rogers, 6'1" sophomore out of Lebanon, Kentucky. Epps down the lane. That one did not draw iron. Jennings offensive rebound. Puts it back up and in. This is an impressive freshman.
I was impressed with Jennings in the South Carolina game. She's going against 6'4" and 6'5" veteran players, and it did not affect her. She still stayed aggressive and in attack mode. Look at the help in when Isabel Harrison gets the basketball.
Oh, nice move. Good patience. It looked like the ball slipped off her left hand just a little bit. Kentucky with that last make on the putback. O'Neal down the lane, lays that up and in. So back-to-back baskets after a 6-minute drought for Kentucky. Kentucky trailing Tennessee 20-19. Inside of 4 minutes remaining. Crowd on its feet. Almost a travel. High-low. Graves, tough angle, gets her own rebound in traffic, lays it up and in. Boy, that is just real effort.
With the post players of Tennessee, high-low should be there all night long.
O'Neal, quick pull-up three-pointer, not there. Graves down momentarily, might have twisted her left ankle as she limps into the front court. Reynolds, jump stop, pull-up, rims in and out. Graves had the ball deflected away. Here comes Kentucky.
Oh, nice move by O'Neal, lays it up and in. I tell you, when a scorer sees the ball go through the basket, I don't care if it's a layup or a free throw, I don't care what it is, that will really help a good score. Big basket for O'Neal. Reynolds being very aggressive offensively. After the flyby, put that up and in. Reynolds now with half a dozen.
O'Neal's playing downhill, though. Every time she gets the basketball, she's got to look to continue to attack.
I think Kentucky's got to feel very fortunate. They are shooting 32% from the floor, and here they are only trailing by 3.
See, if they get ball reversal right now, O'Neal would be driving. If she get it on the baseline, she'd be driving on Harrison.
There it goes again, looking to skip the ball across to Alexis Jennings. And we will step aside. 2 minutes, 33 seconds remaining, and a good one.
Kentucky's been talking about revenge from the SEC title game, especially Jen O'Neal. She's a senior. She's trying to keep the Wildcats in this ball game.
Official retail department store of the SEC.
Women's gymnastics graces the SEC ESPN network. High-flying action. Precision. Intense concentration. And the perfect landing. All season, the best of the best vie for a coveted SEC championship. Friday, the Bulldogs meet the third-ranked Gators. Georgia, Florida at 7. Live only on the SEC ESPN network.
I love the SEC tournament. It's one of my favorite times of year.
It's mentally challenging. It's physically challenging.
You're going to see a lot of enthusiasm. You're going to see a lot of excitement.
Coaches expect and the crowd expects you to play at your best level every game.
It's going to end up being who's going to execute their game plan and who's going to do it the best.
This is one of the most competitive events that ever was.
Maria Taylor and Nell Fortner in the studio. Tennessee, they're dominating in the paint, but what's keeping Kentucky in it?
The running game for Kentucky, if they can get that pace and that tempo up, then that's all in Kentucky's favor right there.
All right, well, we'll get Coach's first half analysis. Also, South Carolina's trying to stay undefeated. And then we have Kentucky, the preview of their game against Mizzou coming up. Back to you, Paul.
All right, thank you, Maria and Nell. Tennessee leading by 3. And just moments ago, these were the words of Matthew Mitchell.
So get the ball moving. Drive the ball. Get into there. When she flashes, get it in there. If not, pass fake, skip, drive. But we're playing with no toughness offensively right now.
We got it.
Finish shots. You can do it. Together, 1, 2, 3.
We saw Matthew Mitchell at shoot-around this morning, and he was fussing at Jennings about, he said, hit the 3, knock it down. The next play, she did. So if they follow his orders out of this timeout, they should be driving to the basket.
Pull-up jumper against the shot clock and an offensive rebound taken inside by Sydney. Well, he was also spending a lot of time talking to us about the abilities of Michaela Epps, the 5'10" sophomore. He said, look, she is so strong and so good off the dribble that I don't care if it's a zone or man-to-man. She can cause problems by getting into the paint. And I think that's a lot of what that speech during the timeout was about. I like Matthew Mitchell. He gets fired up.
He does.
Offensive foul is called. This is a very tough call because the rules say that the offensive player, of course, you know the law of gravity. You have to have room to land.
Right. And was the player there and set? She was already in the air when she caught the ball.
See, I think that's either a no call or that's a blocking foul because Isabel Harrison has got to have a place to land. You can't go up and stay up.
You don't have wings.
Wild shot coming down to O'Neal down inside. Battle for it, and it falls.
Offensive rebound again by Jalea Sidney.
Matthew Mitchell had inserted Jalea Sidney into the starting lineup because of her energy and her physicality. She battled down low for that offensive putback.
And in spite of a very, very long streak of poor shooting by Kentucky, they lead it 25-24 and now make it 26-24. And here's the full court pressure. Rivalry game, competitive game based on the last several years, particularly last year. Kentucky won in Knoxville, and then Tennessee won the conference championship tournament 71-70. It's our 7th lead change of the opening half. Harrison on the dribble in the isolation, and on the help that time by Jalea Sidney. She'll pick up the personal foul. The free throws coming to Tennessee.
Matthew Mitchell, he doesn't agree with that call. It's one thing you know, Isabel Harrison, she's right-handed, but she likes driving to her left. You cut that off, she's spinning right back, and I thought the help was there in good position.
A high arching soft free throw this time by Isabel Harrison, 6'3" senior out of Nashville, all SEC last year when she averaged 14 points, 9 rebounds, 18 double-doubles last year. Has been slowed by some foul trouble over the course of some conference games. Most recently last week against Georgia when she only played 19 minutes. Missouri, of course, really sticks out when she only played 7.
But tonight she has played the majority of this first half with no fouls.
Pull-up jump shot by O'Neal. The lid is off after that layup.
You got to find Harrison.
Harrison coming all the way out to set a ball screen. Jump, double, ball is loose. Jalea Sidney is going to extend the lead for Kentucky. And a timeout called by Tennessee.
Isabel Harrison comes out, but Matthew Mitchell had told us he was trapping on the ball screens. Jalea Sidney comes up with the basketball, and I'll tell you what, these Wildcat fans love it. And number 0, she's heating up, knocking down the long ball from 3.
Got a beautiful stroke. I mean, just walked right in. I'm speaking of Jennifer O'Neal, 5'6" senior out of the Bronx, New York, second team All-SEC last year. She wears number 0 and just not only couldn't make a shot, she'd taken some bad shots there for a period of time, but she had some company in white. .6 seconds remaining in the half. Oh, dangerous, dangerous, ill-advised pass by Nard.
If I'm Kentucky, I go to Jen O'Neal.
16-5 run by Kentucky after they went 6 minutes without scoring. Ball comes out. The shot clock did not reset. Sidney got to go, and that's going to be a traveling violation. Turnover number 12, and now Tennessee will have it for the final shot if they can get past Kentucky's pressure.
Dad run a 2-man game with Andrea Carter and Bashard Graves, and that'll get Isabel Harrison down on the block.
Still plenty of time. Harrison came into the backcourt to help against the press. Carter doubled momentarily, drives at baseline, picks it up back outside to Reynolds. 5 seconds remaining. Reynolds is going to go off the backboard, not there. Offensive rebound, and the half is over. 16-5 run for Matthew Mitchell's Kentucky Wildcats as they go into the locker room, leading number 6 Tennessee 31-25. Boy,
Boy, really hard, really intensely played first half. Once again, Kentucky leading at 31-25. Now let's send it to Maria Taylor in the studio for our halftime report.
Well, thank you so much, Paul. Welcome inside the studio for the SEC Halftime Report. I'm Maria Taylor alongside the coach, Nell Fortner. And how about that, a 16-5 run for the Wildcats going into the locker room? What changed about them towards the end of the first?
Well, the pace picked up, so that's what Kentucky wants. They want to run. They want to push the pace. They want to turn you over defensively and then turn those turnovers into points. Also, Dalia Sidney came off the bench and gave Kentucky a huge boost. I mean, she helped defensively, but she was turning those turnovers into points. So give it up for Dalia Sidney for Kentucky.
Well, one thing that you noticed were points in the paint. Really, really high for Tennessee, and Kentucky struggling at that aspect. Is that something that they need to go back to in the second half?
Well, Tennessee should be pounding the ball inside. There's no question about that. I mean, their strength is in the paint. Isabel Harrison, leading scorer on this team, is really virtually unstoppable by a lot of teams in the SEC, so she needs to touch the ball. Also, Bashara Grace needs to touch the ball. She can get it out 15 feet away and get it to the hole, so Tennessee has to go back in, talk about that, but their post players need to get some more touches.
Well, the last two meetings between these two squads, Kentucky has won the matchup in Memorial Coliseum, and the lid is off right now. You were talking about it before. The fans are really into it. How do you keep that gym in the game if you're Kentucky?
Well, you've got to continue scoring, and you've got to continue pushing the pace because the fans love that up-tempo style of play. Wouldn't you like it?
40 minutes of dread.
That's right. Well, it's fun to play, and it's fun to watch as a fan, but you've got to continue to shoot the ball well. Kentucky needs to be able to push in transition, score quickly. Their half-court offense is stuttering, so they've got to score a little quicker through their defense.
All right, well, that's not the only matchup we have going on tonight. In fact, we have the #1 team in the nation, South Carolina Gamecocks. They're returning home, the friendly confines, Colonial Arena, and they're taking on Alabama and early. Khadijah Sessions getting out in the passing lane.
Well, she's playing really well. Khadijah is leading the South Carolina team, and that's a lot of great players to lead.
Well, how about this? The freshman Asia Wilson has her shot block, stays with it, hits the lane. You like to see that from a freshman, right?
I mean, she's so aggressive, and I love it how she stayed with it after her shot got blocked.
Well, South Carolina right now, they're up 38-21 at the half. And South Carolina looking to have a 20-0 start to their season. Yeah. How do you maintain focus if you're Dawn Staley and your team has had such an easy ride throughout the season, being able to defeat teams by double-digit margins?
Well, you know what? It looks easy from the outside, but it's really not easy on the inside. You've got a tremendously talented team, and Dawn has to work very hard to make sure they're doing things right. Remember, she's building a program, not just a flash in the pan. So every day she's setting examples, and her execution, her accountability, all of that has to happen on a daily basis. So right now, South Carolina's doing everything right for Dawn Staley, but it still feels like, you know.
Right, and Dawn Staley would always tell you we have so much more that we could be better at, as any good coach would say. Well, right now, Tennessee, they're on the ropes in Lexington. That's Jordan Reynolds knocking down 2 of her 6 points in the first half. Kentucky's up 31-25.
Every day brings something new at HoteLook.com. The best styles at the touch of your fingertips, and get it all delivered right to your door. From your best days to your rest days. Find it at HoteLook.
I'd rather do anything else than sit at a dealership. It's a lot of haggling, and it takes so long.
Craig's experience is completely different than mine.
Yeah. Yes, Mike has used TrueCar.
At TrueCar, we'll show you how much others paid for the car you want and how much you should.
Because I used TrueCar, there was no haggling about the price. They treated me so well, and it was just such a quick, easy experience.
Get your car and get back to the life you love. Welcome to the future of car buying.
Saturday night, Coach Anthony Grant and his Crimson Tide face the Wildcats.
Most suffocating defense I have seen.
In pursuit of perfection. Alabama, #1 Kentucky, Saturday at 7, only on the SEC ESPN Network.
Blue. It's where dreams live, where visions of tomorrow thrive. And for those who dare to live in this space, those who believe they are destined to do something, to make something, to solve something, there's nothing in your way, if you can see it.
Hey, bud.
Oh.
Where are you headed?
Just gonna hang out.
It's a school night. With Gary and Todd?
Yeah?
Not sure about those two. I've been meaning to ask you. This is tougher than I thought. Is there any drinking going on in this crowd?
No.
I hope not, because alcohol can lead you to say things and do things that you really wish you hadn't. Isn't this what you're supposed to say?
I know.
So if any of your buddies ever pressure you to take a drink, just tell them you promised your dad you wouldn't. I'd do anything to keep you safe.
Okay, I will.
I hope this is working.
I promise. Love you too, Dad.
They really do hear you.
Ryan.
Yeah?
So start the conversation even before they're teenagers.
Good idea.
For tips on what to say, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. A message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
Missouri and Florida in action and taking it on to the O-Dome. The Tigers looking for a victory, and early Missouri up 1 in transition. How about the great ball movement, getting it to Morgan I, knocking down the three.
They are the most unselfish team in the conference. They will move that ball until they get a great look.
Well, Sierra Michaelis finds Jordan Frericks down low. She knocks in the layup. Missouri goes up 3 and under 6 left to play. Game's all tied up, and how about this? Michaelis, she gets the 3, and now Mizzou right now 30-29. We've got a great slate of late games coming your way. Auburn at Arkansas, Ole Miss at LSU, and Vandy taking on Mississippi State, which is a very interesting matchup because the very first loss of the season for the Bulldogs came at the hands of Vanderbilt on January 11th. So what are you watching for in this matchup the second time around?
Well, Vanderbilt is a little healthier, even though they beat them last time, but they are a little bit healthier. But I look at Mississippi State coming at Vandy and saying, hey, we're going to get this one back. You have got to win your home games in the SEC because it's so hard to win on the road. Obviously, Mississippi State lost on the road. So they'll be working hard today to catch Vandy.
Well, right now they're coming off back-to-back road wins as Mississippi State, so it seems as though they've built some of that confidence again. But who needs to have an impact performance? Is it the freshman Victoria Vivians? Is it Martha Allwall? Who has to be standout?
Well, it's really good for Mississippi State if Allwall will stand out because she's a great shot blocker, tremendous difference maker in the paint. Now, it helps if Victoria Vivians comes to play because she can shoot from all over the floor, but Allwall needs to anchor down the paint.
All right, well, that game coming up at 9 o'clock tonight, one of the late games, and right now we're at the half. Kentucky taking on Tennessee. Jen O'Neal taking on the defense, knocking down 2 with the lay-in. Wildcats up 31-25.
Alex dreams of writing for a traveling theater company. 3 months away from home could bring his life to a standstill. But his Regions app will help him greenlight his dream and manage his money from the road. From paying bills to making transfers, Regions Mobile Banking gives you the flexibility of banking to go. So you can give life the green light.
Yeah, what's up? You have a minute? I've got some.
Ready to move your life forward? Switch to Regions.
At Zulily.com, every day you'll find a hand-picked selection of top brands and boutique styles at prices you won't believe. Plus, we typically offer 100 new sales events each day, so there's always something exciting to discover, all up to 70% off. And our mobile apps make it easy to shop on the go. With Zulily's exciting new styles, you'll find exactly what you're looking for. But hurry, our selection changes every day. For the latest fashion that fits your style and your budget, go to Zulily.com today.
I've always seen No-No on TV, and I always wondered if it worked. And it's definitely, I can see what everybody talks about now.
It's not a razor. It's not a laser. It's No-No from Radiancy. No-No gives you no hair with no pain.
There's absolutely no pain.
Can't believe the difference, how it's almost hair-free.
And now, No-No is better than ever. Introducing the new No-No Pro. It's up to 35% more powerful. Imagine never having to shave again.
I like a close shave. Absolutely. And this is better than that. I mean, it's gone.
And there's a No-No for him, too.
It looks like just like you've got a fresh wax, but like you don't have to go through all the pain.
Call now, and we'll send you everything you need to get rid of your unwanted hair. Try No-No for 60 days. If you don't love it, return it, and we'll refund the purchase price, refund the shipping, and even pay the return postage. Try No-No risk-free today.
The energy at Tennessee reaches far beyond our campus. As Lady Vol and academic All-American, Candace Parker set new standards. Now she electrifies fans in LA. Keeping the lights on there and across the country is the work of Professor Elu Liu. Her research on the power grid puts UT at the forefront of this national issue. Candace Parker and Elu Liu, two exceptional women. Both chose Tennessee. Big Orange, big ideas.
The undefeated Kentucky Wildcats, right now 19-0, and they're in Columbia, Missouri. That's them arriving just a little over an hour before tip-off against the Tigers. Now, Wildcats have already beat them once, and if they get another win tonight, then it'll match the first or best start for Coach Cal at UK. And so far, Kentucky is 7-0 all-time against Missouri, according to the Basketball Power Index. The Cats actually have a 98% chance of winning tonight and a 47% chance of entering the SEC tournament completely undefeated. Now, Kentucky has at least an 80% chance to win each of their remaining games, and their toughest test will come at Georgia on March 3rd. Back here with Nell Fortner, and we're in the middle of the half of a top 10 matchup. And right now, Tennessee, they are down going into the locker room. What is Holly Warlick saying to her squad as they come out for the second?
Well, Tennessee has to make Kentucky run half-court offense. They're not as stellar in that part of the game as they are in pushing the tempo of the game and scoring in transition. So Tennessee has to come out and do a better job defensively. And Kentucky has to keep the ball out of the paint on the Tennessee offensive end, because they will tear you up if you keep allowing the ball to go inside.
Well, right now, Tennessee 18 points in the paint, but they're down in Lexington. Alexis Jennings, though, the freshman, she's playing pretty good. She's got 7 points in the first half. Big for the Wildcats. They're up 31-25.
Does anybody know how I can get a small business loan fast? I'm a chef.
I'm a stylist.
I sell tires for your car.
I'm a doc in private practice.
That's my name above that bar.
Rapid Advance.
Help my business grow.
Rapid Advance. They didn't say no. Rapid Advance.
I got approval in a day.
Rapid Advance. I got my money right away.
With Rapid, there's no hassles, no credit checks galore.
You just need to be in business for a year or more.
Call 877-GO-RAPID or visit rapidadvance.com. Get up to $300,000 in just days. 877-GO-RAPID.
Rapid Advance. They didn't say no. Rapid Advance. They help your business grow.
Call 877-GO-RAPID or rapidadvance.com.
Your money's here.
I love the SEC tournament. It's one of my favorite times of year.
It's mentally challenging. It's physically challenging.
You're going to see a lot of enthusiasm. You're going to see a lot of excitement.
Coaches expect and the crowd expects you to play at your best level every game.
It's going to end up being who's going to execute their game plan and who's going to do it the best.
This is one of the most competitive events that ever was.
When I was younger, I didn't want to admit I had a serious disease. I wanted to fit in. I wanted to be a normal kid. Because of my diabetes, I lost the sight in my left eye. Misconceptions continue to surround this monster public health issue. But the simple truth is, diabetes can often be prevented and complications avoided. I think if I had just been open and honest about what my challenges were, I think it would have been easier for me to take better care of myself. If you don't take care of yourself when you're younger with this condition, it will catch up to you later on. You're going to find the courage to manage this disease for the rest of your life by reaching out for help. Reach out to people who care about you. Reach out to people who know how to help you with this disease. You're not alone. Understand the realities of diabetes and know that you can manage it and lead a full, active life.
You're watching SEC Network Women's College Basketball, presented by Dr. Pepper. At the half, Kentucky finally started making some shots, 7 out of their last 15. They lead number 6 Tennessee 31-25. Back with Carolyn Peck. Interesting first half, obviously. Kentucky had the better of it. What are the problems for Tennessee, and what happened to them offensively over the last 5 or 6 minutes?
Well, I think that they did not get the ball inside to Isabel Harrison. And I think that the thing that Kentucky did is they attacked. They put the ball on the floor, and they got the ball into the lane. And especially Jen O'Neal, their leading scorer, coming in off the bench. She's playing downhill. And the middle penetration, that's a no-no defensively. But also, Kentucky turned up their defense. They were trapping on ball screens, and they were, in the last 2 minutes, they started turning those turnovers into points.
Some of the notable numbers from the first half. Isabel Harrison held to 6 points, only a handful of field goal attempts when you think about the fact that 3 of her 6 rebounds were at the offensive end. She was 2 of 6 from the floor. Bashara Graves only 2 of 3. And Jordan Reynolds, the point guard, 10 field goal attempts. And look at the lift that Jalea Sidney out there for her defense gave to Kentucky with 7 points, 3 of 5 field goal attempts into the starting lineup.
Kentucky's got to be happy. They have scored 31 points on a Tennessee team that only gives up 53 a game. When they've given up more than 58 points in 3 of those 4 ball games, Tennessee has lost.
Immediately a turnover. Bria Goss, again playing with that brace on that previously broken left thumb. Sets her feet. Quick three-pointer, not close. Battle for the rebound. And speaking of that, what a number. Kentucky out-rebounded Tennessee, albeit only 21-19 in the first half. How big is that a surprise for you?
Anytime you can say you out-rebounded the Lady Vols and kept it close, you know you're in this ballgame.
Bashara Graves doing a good job coming over to deter. Shot clock reset. I didn't think that ball hit the iron. Long rebound taken by Goss once again. Matthew Mitchell, head coach for Kentucky, said we have to get our share. I don't think he ever imagined Jalea Sidney going up against Bashara Graves once again. And it will be Kentucky basketball. But to finish that thought, Kentucky head coach Matthew Mitchell said, we got to get our share. I don't think he ever imagined that his team, undersized against Tennessee, would ever have an advantage on the boards. Goss once again, boy, that was a brick, not close. Kick ahead here to Reynolds, and it's going to be Tennessee getting on the board first in the second half.
But when you're talking about rebounding, Paul, the thing that Kentucky, well, the thing that Tennessee is not doing that's allowing Kentucky to get offensive putbacks, there's no box outs. And these guards for Kentucky are relentless right now going to the glass.
Harper with it, working against Burdick. Tough shot over the front of the rim and in. Renee Harper again, number 15 in white, now pressuring Reynolds. And if you haven't been following Kentucky, gets 7 rebounds again. Harrison with all kinds of room over Bishop, and that nice little teardrop falls for her 8th point.
Harrison needs, when she catches the ball, look straight to the rim. If there's a path, go. Don't even hesitate.
Bishop working for some space down inside, trying to return the favor. Good footwork, but misses with the offhand.
She had a few seconds in the lane, posting up against Isabel Harrison.
Oh, good job of running to the front of the rim for Harrison. Post up, knocked to the floor. Here comes Epps, working against Reynolds. I'll tell you, just trying to use her body maybe a little too much. Focus on the rim and knock it down. Epps, a very famous Kentucky name. Father Anthony Epps played here from 1994 to 1998. Part of that national championship team in 1996. Harrison with another rebound.
So if there's any player that should be comfortable taking over that point guard spot, it should be Michaela Epps.
Or is she going to get a phone call?
Yeah, that's right.
Nice play by Carter. Just lost the handle a moment on the reverse layup try. Burdick in traffic, lays it up and in. What an effort that time by Sierra Burdick, the 6'2 senior out of Charlotte.
Playing like a senior. Listen, the success of your team is really going to be on the shoulders of your seniors. And Sierra Burdick didn't stop on the play, stayed after it, and then got the 2 points and a trip to the free throw line.
Goss picked up her second personal foul. Stats from the opening half, Tennessee, 11 for 30s, 37%. Only got to the free throw line 6 times in spite of the fact that they were in the bonus for the final 11 minutes and 20 seconds, were 0 for 5 from three-point range. Here comes Epps once again, off the back of the iron, been right in the paint time and again, and cannot get a shot to fall.
You look at Jen O'Neal talking to Michaela Epps. Concentrate on the shot, finishing the shot. Stop worrying about the contact. Matthew Mitchell delivered the same message.
Kentucky, we have played 3 minutes and 2 seconds. That was their 10th field goal attempt, and that actually doesn't go in as it doesn't go up as an official field goal attempt because Epps was fouled on the play. And Jen O'Neal came over to her teammate and said, slow down. Right. Just slow down. Because she is getting the angle. And you're seeing Michaela Epps' game right now. Turning the corner, getting in the lane. Strong athlete using her body to get to the rim. Free throw up and good. Just underway here in the second half. Thanks so much for joining us. Memorial Coliseum. This famous old building that has seen so much tremendous basketball through the years. Of course, Rupp Arena, about 1.5 miles away, holds 22,000. Pretty good team plays in there from what I hear.
Yeah.
Not bad.
The men aren't bad.
Not bad. Kentucky men are in Missouri tonight. First personal foul on O'Neal.
Goss has got the glove on Ariel Massengale, not allowing him to get the basketball to start the Tennessee offense.
Loss of footing that time by Epps. Ball off the back of the iron by Burdick, who was left wide open, and that's going to be a foul going against Alexis Jennings, holding against Isabel Harrison. Jennings picks up her second personal foul.
But you can tell there's a more concentrated effort for Isabel Harrison to be part of the offense.
Carter wide open. Three-pointer rattles in and out and then back in. Took a while to get down. It was right in front of us, Carol. It looked like it was perfect after it left her hand.
I think it touched every bit of orange inside that cylinder.
The more the merrier, as long as it goes down. Tied at 34, and Kentucky answers at the other end. Alexis Jennings, who went right at the post players of South Carolina, fearless here off the perimeter. Steal by O'Neal.
Right away, Holly Warlick looks at Jordan Reynolds. She's to the table after Massengale's turnover.
Inside, rejected by Harrison. Massengale out of the backcourt. Up and down tempo. Burdick. Inside, scores the basket and the foul. Good job running the floor by number 11 in orange for Tennessee.
Harley Warlick said that she wanted to keep the pressure on the Kentucky defense. That's how you pick up the tempo, Miss Sierra Burdick.
Official retail department store of the SEC.
We're together, even when we're apart. I'm connected to your voice, flowing to my heart. Out in the distance, I see you off somewhere. I head in your direction. I meet you halfway there. You're the one that I'm trying to reach.
Meet the one you've been missing at the largest dating site for black singles, blackpeoplemeet.com. Start today for free.
Esurance was born online, which means fewer costs, which saves money. Their customer experience is virtually paperless, which saves paper, which saves money. They have smart online tools, so you only pay for what's right for you, which saves money. They settle claims quickly, which saves time, which saves money. They drive an all-hybrid claims fleet, which saves gas, which saves money. They were born online and built to save money, which means when they save, you save. Because that's how it should work in the modern world. Esurance, backed by Allstate. Click or call.
Tennessee better so far in the second half, but Kentucky still on top, 37-36. 15:47 remaining in this rivalry matchup.
Paul, I mentioned that when Harrison gets the ball, she's got to have her eyes on the rim, because when she does, it's a parting of the lanes. You can let it go. She just needs to put it on the floor and attack the basket. The lane is wide open. That might have been the most spread out I saw the Tennessee offense all night. If they can get the Kentucky defense spread out that far, give it to Isabel Harrison and let her go to work.
Good balance for Tennessee, 17-3. Once again, a perfect 7-0, tied atop the SEC conference standings. Burdick, Harrison, Jordan Reynolds, Andrea Carter getting into the mix as well, and Burdick back to the free throw line, looking to complete another three-point play.
But the stats for Kentucky, 14 offensive rebounds.
That is a huge number, playing against a team with a decided size advantage. Epps loses her footing, but the ball goes right to Asia Bishop, who lays the ball up and in, and full court pressure once again.
I'm sorry, Paul, but this looks like the Kentucky team that went after #1 South Carolina. It was a 6-point game until about 4 minutes in that game, because Kentucky, they didn't hesitate. Now, Michaela Epps doesn't have a shoot. Sierra Burdick's got to score.
Epps is going to recover that blue Nike. That ball laid up. Bishop with the offensive rebound, running out of real estate, and throws the basketball away.
See, Tennessee saw that Sierra Burdick had Michaela Epps with one shoe on, but you've got to get a good angle to make that pass in.
Kentucky, their 4th turnover so far in the second half. Where you can hear Matthew Mitchell, and we are a full width of the basketball court away, and then some. He's going, keep going at him, and I think he means it at the defensive end, but more importantly, attacking into the zone and man-to-man. 3rd personal foul on Bishop, and the 15th foul right now on Kentucky. Only 1 team foul so far on Tennessee in the second half. Very similar to the scenario of the first, and Tennessee did not take advantage.
See, Isabel Harrison is out of the game. Bashard Graves has got to be the go-to down low inside.
Nice pass, but just off the fingertips of Nia Moore, who's just come on wearing #1 in orange. And that is turnover number 18 for Tennessee. On the year, they average 15 for all games and only 14 in conference games. That's the second best.
Kentucky's defense has had a lot to do with that.
On the weave, O'Neal with it. Carter loses her footing. Shot clock inside of 10. Long three-pointer off the front of the iron, missed by Gooden Rogers, and the rebound taken by Bashara Graves. Reynolds left wide open. Nobody picks her up. Pretty soft defense even there on a 14-foot jump shot. And at the other end, Epps finally high up off the glass and in. Look at her. Michaela Epps is just shaking her head. That is her game, and she finally had one fall.
And Matthew Mitchell put his hands up like, finally you finished one.
Inside to Graves, in traffic, carving out some space, lays it up and in. And Gooden Rogers completely overmatched down inside. Probably should have just avoided the foul instead of looking at a three-point play.
That's what I'm talking about, to go inside to Bashard Graves, especially with Isabel Harrison that was on the bench. Epps absorbs the contact but focused on the finish to get the 2. But Bashard Graves, Paul, this is a player that made 10 shots, made 10 field goals against a team like Notre Dame. Why would you not have her as one of your primary options in your offense?
The double negative, of course I would not have her not be one of my primary options.
You caught that, right?
I did catch that. (41-39), 13 and a half minutes remaining. Harper around the screen. Good ball fake, steps inside, lays it up and in. Beautiful play that time by Bria Goff. Ball fake, moving, attacking. Really nice basketball at the offensive end, that possession for Kentucky. Playing some high-low, and that's going to be a holding foul. Burdick nogging her head, yes. And that's going to be a personal foul on Harper. Tonight at 11 p.m. on the SEC ESPN Network, join our network analysts as they discuss all the SEC news of the day on SEC Now, also live on Watch ESPN. Does that mean our pal Nell Fortner got to stay up really late, stay in the studio, cover all the games, talk about this one, break it down?
Nell's got her a stiff cup of joe.
Midnight, not till after midnight. Kentucky now over the limit, and so Tennessee will be shooting free throws the rest of this basketball game. 13:02 remaining. Free throw rattles down for Burdick, having a pretty nice second half. She gives way to Andrea Carter. Remember the last two meetings, it was Kentucky winning in Knoxville for the first time since 1985, and then Tennessee coming back and win the tournament championship game by just 1 point. So the last two meetings separated by a total of 3.
Well, Nate Harper is a player that I expect to heat up for Kentucky. She can take you off the bounce. And she's got Jamie Nard-Gardner.
Shot clock at 7. Goss into the lane, bumped a little bit. Harrison came over. I think they're going to get Carter from the foul on the side, so it'll be free throws coming to Kentucky's Goss.
But did you see how high Isabel Harrison got up to block that shot? She has played some volleyball in her day.
Sister was quite a player, as I recall. Very athletic family as well. And if I also recall, comes from a family of 11 siblings.
She had an older sister that played volleyball at Tennessee, and she has a younger sister that plays volleyball in Nashville.
Father was an NFL player, so very, very athletic family. All of these free throws are big. Tennessee shoots a much better percentage. Kentucky gets to the line more often, but not so far tonight.
Let's see, with this lineup, Tennessee's got 3-point guards on the floor. Massengale, Carter, and Reynolds.
That ball deflected. Massengale trapped in the corner, and she'll have to burn a timeout. We'll step aside. 12:18 remaining here in Lexington. Kentucky over Tennessee by 3.
Every day brings something new at HoteLook.com. And no matter what day of the week, we've got you covered. Check out the latest looks at the touch of your fingertips and get it all delivered right to your door. Find the right style for any situation at HoteLook.
Frustrated with glasses or contact lenses? Now you can improve your vision to 20/20 with LASIK at LASIK Plus, America's most highly recommended LASIK provider.
I see better than 20/20. I don't have to have the big alarm clock anymore.
With over 1.3 million procedures performed, LASIK Plus surgeons are among the most experienced in the field.
You feel like you're in the best hands as possible.
LASIK at LASIK Plus takes less than 10 minutes. You can be back to work the next day.
When you open your eyes for the first time and you can see everything clearly across the room, it's a pretty amazing feeling.
Now, for a limited time, get LASIK at LASIK Plus for as low as $250. Call now or go online to schedule your no-obligation LASIK exam absolutely free.
LASIK at LASIK Plus was the best decision I've ever made.
Visit 250LASIK.com or call 1-800-706-3937 for your free LASIK exam. That's 1-800-706-3937. Act now.
Kentucky leading Tennessee by 3. And moments ago, Kentucky head coach Matthew Mitchell talking to Michaela Epps in particular about what he wants.
Epps! It's going to happen. Just keep going. That's it. You did it. Exactly what I need you to do right there. They cannot, Epps, keep your head up, baby. They cannot guard you. Keep going.
Matthew has a lot of confidence in Michaela Epps, and he talks about her toughness. And I referred to against South Carolina that she even played in it as a post. And since Janae Thompson has been out, she's moved to that point guard spot. And when she is in attack mode, because of her strength, she's able to finish or get herself to the free throw line.
Only 2 of 9 so far on the evening in this all-important SEC rivalry game. Jamie Nard going down the middle, answering for Tennessee. But she is vitally important to the hopes of Kentucky. Nice steal. Good weak side reaction from Harrison at the defensive end. Kicking ahead to Nard, lays it up and in. And Tennessee back on top by 1.
That will drive Matthew Mitchell absolutely crazy. He wants his team to be the fastest team in America. And you don't look like that when you get beat in transition.
Tennessee back in a 1-2-2 zone. Harper looking to attack, steps through, and is going to get bailed out. A little bit of a wild attempt through the paint. And we'll see who that foul is going to be called on. It's either Isabel Harrison. It was on Harrison, her 3rd personal. Back with more. This is SEC College Basketball presented by Dr. Pepper.
The Ables opened a Regions home equity line of credit with an amazing rate. And the signs are everywhere. In the updated kitchen and the refreshed bathroom, too. Regions' 1.99% introductory rate for 12 months can help you consolidate debt, pay for higher education, or renovate your home. We're here to assist you with quick decisions and helpful advice. As for the Ables, they're still going, with no signs of stopping. Ready to do something amazing? Call 1-888-IN-A-SNAP for credit costs and terms.
Alabama, undefeated Kentucky, Saturday night. Coach Anthony Grant and his Crimson Tide head to a raucous Rupp Arena.
The crowd gets to its feet here at Rupp.
And the shutdown Kentucky defense.
Great steal by Cauley Stein.
And a block by Towns.
The most suffocating defense I have seen in my 36 years at ESPN.
In pursuit of perfection. Alabama, #1 Kentucky, Saturday at 7, only on the SEC ESPN network.
When I was younger, I didn't want to admit I had a serious disease. Because of my diabetes, I lost the sight in my left eye. Misconceptions continue to surround this monster public health issue, but the simple truth is, diabetes can often be prevented and complications avoided. You're not alone. Understand the realities of diabetes and know that you can manage it and lead a full, active life.
So many kids' activities today seem to leave out the activity part. New research tells us that just getting children to walk an extra 35 minutes a day could spare them the pain of thinning bones later in life. Encourage your kids to get up, get out, and get moving.
Hello. Hey, Grandma, how about another grape soda?
A public service message on building strong bones for kids from the Pediatric Orthopedic Society of North America and the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
Today.
Back in Lexington, Jamie Nard, a couple of back-to-back baskets, and Elizabeth Harrison in Tennessee back on top by 1. But Harrison, maybe most importantly, just picked up her 3rd personal foul.
And she's got to recognize how valuable she is and have to stay on the floor. Only the Arkansas game did she get to double figures after getting into early foul trouble. But I think also tonight, fatigue played a factor. She had played big minutes. And on that last foul, and that's a lot of times you get less discipline, and that's how she picked up her 3rd.
Played 16 first-half minutes, and now she will sit with those 3 personal fouls. 11:31 remaining, Tennessee leading by 1. Good free throw up and in by number 15, Lene Harper, 5'8" sophomore, only a 45% free throw shooter.
You got to expect that Kentucky, if Harper makes this free throw, they're coming with the full court pressure.
Those are 2 big free throws for Kentucky and for Harper. And as you said, here comes the pressure once again.
Yeah, and it's not just man-to-man. They're looking to trap and turn over and make Tennessee take a quick shot.
Boy, they do a good job getting back and matching up out of that press. 9th lead change of the game. Boy, wild-looking shot by Nard. Graves after the basketball, and it's loose. And a held ball is called. And that's going to be Kentucky basketball. Matthew Mitchell complaining a little bit. I'm not sure why. It's your basketball coach.
I like that call. You don't want to give one team the advantage of the other. There was no foul there. That's a good jump ball call.
Oh, dangerous pass inside, and that turned over. Gooden Rogers couldn't handle it from Epps. Massengale sees a crease down the lane. That's going to be an offensive foul. Boy, Gooden Rogers came over very, very close on the charge block this particular time. Not only close on the timing, but close on whether or not she was out. Oh, she was outside the restricted area.
She was there. She was there. That's good rotation defense. Get there early, absorb the contact, and get the call.
Harper goes to the sideline. Good job coming back that time by Kyvan Gooden Rogers after she turned it over at the other end. Got that possession back, and a timeout is called by Kentucky. 10:41 remaining, and Kentucky leading 46-45, although Tennessee, through the many years, has had much the better of this matchup. 50 wins, the 61st meeting all time. 50 wins for Tennessee, only 10 for Kentucky. But on this floor, Kentucky has won the last 2 and 4 out of the last 6.
And Holly Warlick understands that. And the thing that she wanted to do today is keep Kentucky off balance. We've seen her change up her defenses from a man-to-man 2-3 and a 3-2. And so Matthew Mitchell, not sure what Holly Warlick's defense is going to be coming out. So he's got to run an offense that will work against either a man or a zone out of this timeout.
We've talked about the SEC Conference and 6 teams being ranked in the top 25 for most of the season. Mississippi State continues to move up. They're currently 3rd in the conference, but there you see the RPIs based on record opponents and opponents' one-loss record. Vanderbilt in at number 40. O'Neal, three-pointer, center feet, and it rattles down. 10 points now for Jen O'Neal, and the lead is back up to 4. Graves, nice catch in traffic, got hammered hard from behind, and that'll be a foul on Kentucky's Gooden Rogers, and 2 more free throws coming to Tennessee.
You expect in a game like this for seniors to make big plays, and Jen O'Neal does exactly that, knocking down the 3.
Just a second personal foul on Gooden Rogers. Kentucky has been out of fouls since the 13:04 mark. Tennessee now with their 4th team foul. Graves has got a very nice stroke. You see it on display there. 75% free throw shooter. Sierra Burdick back on, replacing Reynolds. So Massengale will be at the point. Carter at the 2 guard. Burdick, Graves, along with Nard up front.
But with the pressure of Kentucky's defense, Tennessee really has only 2 solid ball handlers in the ball game.
For Kentucky, it's Gooden Rogers out there with Goss. Now Epps at the point, and O'Neal with some help inside from Elisa Rice, number 45 in white in the post, looking for the ball. Tennessee in man-to-man.
You got a great offensive player in Jen O'Neal and one of the best defensive players in the SEC.
Some space, a mix-up there on the ball screen coverage, and O'Neal rimmed that shot in and out. Rebound taken by Tennessee. Dangerous, dangerous, ill-advised pass. Turnover number 20. O'Neal way behind the board. I don't know how she jumped out far enough to get an angle on the basket. She did, drew the contact, and will shoot a couple of free throws. 3rd personal foul on Andrea Carter.
On the drive, uses her body to shield the defense behind her to get an attempt for the shot. But on that last turnover for Tennessee, that's 4 turnovers for Ariel Massengale. Uncharacteristic of her.
First free throws of the evening for O'Neal, who has now shot 104 on the season and shot 17 in the last 2 conference games.
We talked to her this morning. She was very focused. She said that this game, very motivated, especially because Tennessee took away that SEC tournament championship by 1. And she said this is going to be a great game tonight.
And it has lived up to all of that. You look at the biggest leads, and so far on the evening, Kentucky by 6 and Tennessee by 5. Good score at the other end for Tennessee. Boy, making it look easy that time.
See Tennessee switching.
Oh, up and in. against Burdick. And look at Michaela Epps. I know what she's saying to herself, and I know you do too, Carolyn, having played this game at such a high level. I had that shot 7 times in the first half, couldn't hit the rim, and now they're going in.
Well, and what Kentucky is doing is they are running screens on when there's a big. When there's a big guarding the screener, that's who Michaela Epps is going to, because they know Tennessee is going to switch, and she has such good handles and strength to attack the basket.
Three-point play is completed, and Epps now with 9 points. 9:14 left. Kentucky 54, Tennessee 49. Wild shot. Reynolds trying to draw some contact. It did catch a piece of the rim. Burdick down inside, double teamed. Off the back of the iron too hard, and the rebound taken in traffic by Kentucky's Jennings.
Jordan Reynolds has 13 shot attempts on the night.
10 of those coming in the first half. Isabel Harrison, if you're wondering, sitting on the sideline for Tennessee with 3 personal fouls. Here comes Epps looking to turn the corner, uses that strong upper body, spun inside, pretty good look.
But did you see the switch off? That time she went at Deshara Graves. Before it was Sierra Burdick.
And just as I say that, Isabel Harrison at the table, she'll be in on the next whistle. Reynolds getting in the lane again. That shot doesn't fall. Burdick doing a good job on the offensive glass. What a job Sierra Burdick has done for Tennessee in the second half.
Playing like a senior, stepping up big for the Lady Vols.
Burdick now leading the Lady Vols with a dozen. O'Neal probably should have shot that. Knows it right now. She's got her head down. Get back defensively.
You see, Deshara Graves that time did not switch off, and so Jen O'Neal was going against a guard.
Burdick bumps off the defender. Jennings lays it up and in. Burdick now with 14, a big second half. Oh, nice move by Epps all the way to the basket, lays it up and in as the orange sea parted. Well, this game is really going up and down, and that's what Kentucky wants to make you do. They want to speed you up. Shot off the perimeter, Burdick. Rebound came out to Carter, missed it, point-blank range. Pull-up jump shot by O'Neal, not there, and the rebound taken, and here comes Tennessee. Massengale working on Epps. All the way to the basket, lays it up and not in, but a blocking foul is going to be called on Jen O'Neal. So we will step aside. You're watching SEC College Basketball presented by Dr. Pepper. Matthew Mitchell. The good, the bad, the plus, the minus, and everything in between.
At Zulily.com, women are discovering something new every day.
Zulily has an amazing selection. You will find the cutest outfits for a fraction of the price.
We typically offer 100 new sales events each day, so there's always something special to discover, all at prices up to 70% off. And our mobile apps make it easy to shop on the go.
I know that if I find something on Zulily, I better grab it right away or it'll be gone.
Now it's your turn. Discover new selections and unbeatable savings. Shop Zulily.com and start saving today.
I've always seen No No on TV, and I always wondered if it worked. And it's definitely, I can see what everybody talks about now.
It's not a razor. It's not a laser. It's No No from Radiancy. No No gives you no hair with no pain.
There's absolutely no pain.
Can't believe the difference, how it's almost hair-free.
And now, No No is better than ever. Introducing the new No No Pro. It's up to 35% more powerful. Imagine never having to shave again.
I like a close shave. Absolutely. And this is better than that. I mean, it's gone.
And there's a No No for him too.
It looks like just like you've got a fresh wax, but like you don't have to go through all the pain.
Call now and we'll send you everything you need to get rid of your unwanted hair. Try No No for 60 days. If you don't love it, return it and we'll refund the purchase price, refund the shipping, and even pay the return postage. Try No No risk-free today.
Just like the last two meetings between Kentucky and Tennessee, this going right down to the wire, Carolyn Peck. And again, it's been a real battle at both ends of the floor. But let's revisit what you had to say about Tennessee's defense right before the opening tip.
They have only allowed 4 teams to score over 58 points. Now, in 3 of those 4 games, Tennessee lost. So they got to buckle down defensively. Now for Kentucky on the other end, Matthew Mitchell has his team planned and programmed to be in the attack mode, and it really has paid off for the Wildcats tonight.
Especially Michaela Epps, who struggled offensively. Jennifer O'Neill as well, making a big 3 and also attacking. Look at the current standings. Kentucky, number 10 in the nation. They are alone at number 4. Their 2 losses again coming to South Carolina and LSU. South Carolina, Tennessee undefeated, and what a job Vic Schaefer is doing with Mississippi State. What a good team. And also Martha Allwall, after spending so much time in and out of the lineup, coming back from I should say preseason back surgery, she played superbly against Mississippi last week.
Allwall is all right for Mississippi State, and she really has been a big presence inside. She's gotten back to the all-SEC caliber that we're used to seeing from her, blocking shots and rebounding inside.
You know, a lot of people thought, because Mississippi State won their first 17 games, they thought, okay, well, wait a minute. Nice play. Good break of some pressure. Easy score, but to finish the thought on Mississippi State, I think a lot of people thought, wait till they get into conference play. Then we'll see, hey, they're 6-2 and by themselves in 3rd place. Harper back on. O'Neill in the corner, guarding Carter. Good play by Jennings out wide. Look inside to Harrison, just back on the floor, lays it up and in.
That's what you want. You want to go from strong side to weak side and get a big duck in from Isabel Harrison for Tennessee.
Yep, it's a couple of rhythm dribbles, pounds it like her father and buried a 15-footer. You go back to Harrison.
All day long.
There's only 6:08 left.
That's enough. That's all you should need.
Massengale, long 3-pointer off the back of the iron. She continues to be ice cold from outside the arc, but she kept her nose in there, went after her own rebound. Off the dribble penetration, floater off the back of the iron. Harrison with the offensive rebound. Burdick chases it. Excuse me, that's Nard. Reynolds wide open. Massengale sets her feet and buries a 3-pointer. Boy, that was a long time coming. Stolen in the backcourt by Nard. And then thrown away by Tennessee. 5.5 minutes remaining. 21st turnover by Tennessee.
Massengale has struggled from the 3-point line, but she seems to be that senior that can knock them down right on time, and that was big for the Lady Vols.
After going 3 of 6 in the loss at Notre Dame, Ariel Massengale had made just 3 of her last 17 until that, make it 18, because there was just moments ago that previous long miss.
For Kentucky, Jen O'Neill has got to get a look.
Floater in the lane, not there. Offensive rebound. Boy, look at that nice play by Jennings, and Kentucky has got more than their share of rebounds against the much taller Tennessee Lady Vols. Oh, almost a travel. Inside of 5 minutes. Ball tipped away that time by Lene Harper. Kentucky, 9-team fouls, so Tennessee will be in the double bonus the rest of the way. Tennessee out of fouls as well. For the moment, there's 16 fouls, so it'll be 1-1. Entered inside to Harrison right at the front of the rim, lays it up and in. Tied at 62.
Well, the penetration has been what has been working for the Wildcats. Even with Tennessee being in a zone, they've got to move the ball, get ball reversal, make this defense have to shift.
6th tie of the game, multiple lead changes, dangerous play inside. O'Neill gave it up. Harrison available again, right in the teeth of the defense. A tough catch, that time working against Alexis Jennings. Foul is called, and that is going to be a couple of free throws now coming as Tennessee is the beneficiary of the double bonus.
Look at Harrison working on getting position, gathering herself balance in the finish. You asked me about, do you go back to Isabel Harrison for the next 4 minutes and 18 seconds if you're a Lady Vol?
Very high. You like that she puts that much air under her free throws?
I don't mind how high it goes. What she needs is a stronger follow-through with it coming off her fingertips. The arch, I'm okay with, because it gives the ball more room to dance on the rim.
A second, absolutely perfect and down. Nice follow through that time by Isabel Harrison. And Epps coming out of the backcourt. 4:15 remaining. Tennessee back on top, 63-62. Possession arrow favoring Tennessee. Each of these teams with 3 timeouts remaining. The officials are going to talk this one over. One had it a turnover in Tennessee's basketball. And they concur. The other official concurs, and it will be a turnover.
Jordan Reynolds, quick hands. Last touch by Kentucky. Off Michaela Epps.
Good work by the officials. Turnover number 19. And a steal down at the other end. And the turnovers, again, being a huge story, as well as the pressure defense. 3:52 remaining. Tennessee with 22 miscues. And Bashara Graves, nice catch in traffic. And we'll have free throws when we come back. Right down to the wire between Tennessee and Kentucky. The Wildcats leading at 64-63 over the Lady Vols. SEC Network Basketball is brought to you by Dr. Pepper, always one of a kind.
Official retail department store of the SEC.
I'd rather do anything else than sit at a dealership. It's a lot of haggling, and it takes so long.
Craig's experience is completely different than mine.
Yeah. Yes, Mike has used TrueCar.
At TrueCar, we'll show you how much others paid for the car you want and how much you should.
Because I used TrueCar, there was no haggling about the price. They treated me so well, and it was just such a quick, easy experience.
Get your car and get back to the life you love. Welcome to the future of car buying.
Women's gymnastics graces the SEC ESPN network. High-flying action. Precision. Intense concentration. And the perfect landing. All season, the best of the best vie for a coveted SEC championship. Friday, the Bulldogs meet the third-ranked Gators. Georgia, Florida at 7. Live only on the SEC ESPN network.
Kentucky at home on top of Tennessee, 64-63. And now let's take a look at what's one of a kind at Kentucky, presented by Dr. Pepper. Well, the one of a kind is the winningest head coach in Kentucky history in his 8th year, Matthew Mitchell. You see his overall record. Boy, he has had a lot of success here. A school record 5 straight NCAA appearances, and 3 of those advancing to the Elite 8. Pretty good.
Well, he brought the 40 minutes of dread, high-octane defensive team, and now he's added offense to it. When you've got scorers like Jen O'Neal and Michaela Epps and Lene Harper and Alexis Jennings, that freshman is
she's very good. Graves trying to answer. She's a perfect 3 for 3 so far on the night. Talked about the beauty of her stroke. She can knock down some shots. Seen her in practice at Tennessee in the Thompson Bowling in the practice facility. Very, very nice looking mid-range jump shot. And still perfect from the free throw line, and Tennessee recaptures the lead by 1. Epps right to the rim, knocked to the floor, shot blocked by Isabel Harrison. Tennessee had numbers if they wanted them with Epps down.
They don't need to force it, but they have to get touches for Isabel Harrison.
Carter weaving her way through. Harrison steps back high, Archer, and makes about a 12-footer. Not exactly sure that was the shot that Holly Warlick had in mind, but she'll certainly take it.
And now Michaela Epps for Kentucky continues to stay in attack mode. It's a no-pass offense, but it's working for Kentucky.
So on the foul, it'll be Epps at the free throw line to shoot a pair. Another look.
Well, Harrison gets the block. Remember, she's playing with 3 fouls. And then on the other end, at the free throw line, shows a little distance in her offensive arsenal.
Epps, a 70% free throw shooter on the year. And that one absolutely perfect. After a very, very unattractive start, some wild shots, Michaela Epps has really turned things around in the second half, stayed with it, and thanks to the urging in large part, I'm not sure she needed any, but Matthew Mitchell really telling his new point guard to stay in attack mode and keep going into the paint.
Well, a lot of times when you are missing layups, you can get within your own head, but Matthew Mitchell showed extreme confidence.
Look at the play by Epps there with a steal. That went off of Reynolds into the backcourt. They're resetting the shot clock. I think that Kentucky has a real good argument here for a backcourt violation. Ball was off Reynolds and then into the backcourt. Inside to Harrison, and she scores. Wow, that was a big, big no call. And now Tennessee on top by 4. Here's Epps still attacking, and we'll get that foul called against Tennessee.
Well, when Epps saves this basketball, Jordan Reynolds touches it before it goes into the backcourt and then picks it up. Matthew Mitchell is losing his mind.
I think that was a missed call. If the officials must not have seen the deflection off of Reynolds. Because if she was in the front court, that would have been a backcourt violation. Huge free throws here. And now Epps has missed 2 out of 3.
But we talked about at shoot-around this morning, the volleyball lines on the floor. So did the officials get confused with the white line and feel like Reynolds was in the backcourt?
It's a busy floor. It is a busy floor. But now Kentucky's got to forget that. There are 2 minutes and 35 seconds remaining. Tennessee has got the possession arrow. Each team with 3 timeouts remaining. They got to make their free throws. And here comes the full court pressure once again. Matthew Mitchell wants a timeout, and he will get it. Crowd, they saw the deflection. Of course, they're seeing things with their hearts, but the crowd very, very that was a big, big no call in this basketball game.
Absolutely, but Matthew has got to let that go. And now in this huddle, in this timeout, talking about forcing the turnover. And I believe that he's telling his team if the ball comes back to Sierra Burdick, who is going to take the ball out, then bring the pressure and try to create and pick up the tempo, get steal and score. Steal and score, it's got to be his mentality.
Well, Tennessee now leading at 69-66, and there's going to be more women's college basketball. Our coverage will continue on Sunday right here on the SEC ESPN Network with a doubleheader. First at 1 p.m., Georgia takes on Kentucky. Then at 3, it's Mississippi State as they face Tennessee. Both games are also available live on Watch ESPN with Carolyn Peck. I'm Paul Sunderland, and Burdick immediately attacked and had to burn a timeout. Now both teams have taken one of their 3 remaining, and there is a lifetime. Speaking about remaining, 2:29 left. It's a 1-possession basketball game.
Now, Holly Warlick might want to think about getting a 3rd ball handler in the game. Go with your 3-point guards with Reynolds, Massengale, and Carter. And you can sub offense for defense. I know you want Sierra Burdick. She's a senior, and she has played big minutes for you, but she is a liability right now against this pressure.
Tennessee shooting 47.4% so far on the evening. For Kentucky, 39.1. What do you do about Harrison now, who's starting to really get the ball deep against Kentucky after the Lady Vols have broken this press?
Well, you've got to get a high-low situation with Bashara Graves and Isabel Harrison. Occupy one of the blocks. Don't keep them both down low, and then you have an opportunity for her to go one-on-one.
And if Harrison does get the basketball, do you immediately double her if you're Kentucky?
If you're Kentucky, you got to get the ball out of her hands. You've got to make somebody else beat you.
Harrison 7 of 11 from the floor on the night. Shot clock. Carter pulls up and banks it in. An absolute prayer off the glass with the shot clock expiring for Andrea Carter. Timeout called by Tennessee.
I lost a game of horse on a shot like this from the free throw line, the bank shot, but in the game tonight, Holly Warnick will take it. That's good, beats the shot clock. Tennessee up by 5.
Sometimes it takes a little luck, and that's exactly what that was. There's no way that Andrea Carter was trying to bank that shot. Well defended against the clock. We're just trying to get it up on the rim, but that's the way the ball bounces somehow. So now, if you're Kentucky, you got to get over a missed call, and now you got to get over a shot knocked down by Andrea Carter. You and Andrea Carter, I know one another very well. She just looked over at you and laughed. She is laughing. She knows that that was a prayer that was answered.
Oh, she knows that she was lucky she got that one.
She's still smiling. Kentucky trailing 71-66.
Now, I say Epps on the penetration. If they cut away the lane, then find Jen O'Neal or Jennings.
Jennings looking for it down inside. Here's O'Neal, couple of dribbles. Skip pass, Epps sets her feet, three-pointer, on the way and good. Talk about drawing it up. Good job by Kentucky getting exactly what they wanted, and now it is a 71-69 Tennessee lead. And here comes the press. Jalea Sidney coming on at the defensive end. This is really a smart substitution because Kentucky needs Jennings offense, and then Sidney, the senior, a much better defender and better in the press. Graves in some trouble in the backcourt. Got to watch out for 10 seconds. Oh!
She barely got across in time.
About a second to spare, so that means Tennessee doesn't have much clock. To Harrison, pump fake, big basket again by Isabel Harrison. Harrison now leading the way with 19 and Epps. Back-to-back threes once again. What a basketball game. Dangerous pass, almost stolen away. That's a held ball. It's going to be Tennessee's basketball on the possession arrow. 1:05 remaining. Sellout crowd of 8,000 on their feet. Graves goes to the sideline. Another ball handler comes on for Tennessee.
But you're taking out a strong rebounder in Bashara Graves.
Well, if Harrison touches it, if you're Kentucky, you have got to double her immediately, get the ball out of her hands. Burdick attacking the basket, shot blocked from behind, and Kentucky's got it. Sidney down the lane, and a timeout is called. Jalea Sidney was on her way right to the rim. But I was about to say, Kentucky got to call a timeout because that was a scattered possession. Matthew Mitchell using one of his 2 remaining timeouts.
When Michaela Epps had the basketball, he was comfortable with her having it. Until she gave it up, he was going to let it go because she has been misclutched down the stretch. From downtown, your point guard has stepped up, and she's new to that position just since January 15th.
Epps now leading all scorers with 23. Isabel Harrison with 19. Sierra Burdick with 16 leading the way for Tennessee. Jen O'Neill also in double figures for Kentucky with a dozen. Going back to the first half, Michaela Epps was 1 for 5. She was forcing things, and now so far on the evening, she is 8 for 18. So she has made 7 out of her last 13, including a couple of huge threes. Here we go. Looking inside for Jennings. She's working on Massingale. She had the mismatch. Shot clock at 8. Kentucky's in trouble. Jennings wants it. O'Neal takes a look at the clock, fires a 3 off the front of the iron, long rebound. Epps is going to attack into the lane, floater not there. Rebound deflected out of bounds, and it's going to be Kentucky basketball. 4.3 seconds remaining. Tennessee leading by 1. Each team has a timeout remaining. And I think they're going to take a look and see to confirm whose basketball it is out of bounds.
Epps off the dribble. I believe that is off Isabel Harrison, Kentucky's basketball.
One of the officials who are working hard covering this game, Mark Zentz, Roy Gulbayan, and Troy Winders just came over. And of course, as we thought, they're confirming to get it right. One of the really great uses of replay in the waning moments of a basketball game. Make sure you get it right who this went off of. We're going to take another look.
Well, I think the question is, does Asia Bishop's hand push the ball out of bounds? That's close.
Well, right there, it's only Isabel Harrison's 2 hands. Those are the only 2 hands there. This is a better angle.
And look at Bishop's hand. No, it's off Harrison.
Yes, it is.
It's Kentucky basketball.
Yeah, it's Kentucky basketball. So, now that we've decided that.
Yes, but can we go back to the backcourt? The backcourt rule is not in effect when your team doesn't have control of the basketball. The Kentucky player in the air was the one who had last control, Epps. And the incidental touch by the Tennessee player doesn't count as a backcourt.
Great clarification. Tell that to Matthew Mitchell.
Yeah.
He was beside himself. It's good to get it right, and the officials did. Where does Kentucky go?
I go to O'Neal.
Having trouble getting it in. Entry pass deflected out of bounds. 3.6 seconds remaining. And Matthew Mitchell is going to call a full timeout. Wow.
That's Kentucky's last timeout.
Well, this is a win or lose situation. It's a 1-point game. We're not playing overtime.
No. Unless Kentucky goes up for the shot and gets fouled, makes a free throw, misses a free throw. We can have overtime.
You just clarified the backcourt situation. Thank you for clarifying that. Well, if Tennessee fouls in this situation, you can't. I mean,
it can happen.
Of course,
you're trying to protect the win.
Of course.
So bad.
Of course, but that would be interesting. Talk about putting the onus on the officials, making a call. We'll see. On
that last underneath out of bounds play, they tried to get the ball on Epps. If Epps was able to catch the basketball and were to shot fake and catch Andrea Carter, to the free throw line.
That would not be a bad set play at all. As much as Epps has been attacking, get her the ball with a little more floor space, go, head fake, and try to draw the foul. I got it. And Epps is going to inbound. O'Neal coming off the screen. Jennings inside. Oh, it looked like she was hit. And still, this is 0.4 seconds remaining. Boy, did it look like Alexis Jennings got fouled on that particular shot attempt.
It's got to be a tap. It cannot be a catch and shoot.
You got to send somebody to the rim. And that's going to be it. What a basketball game. Won in the waning seconds by Isabel Harrison, who had a huge second half. And the Tennessee Lady Volunteers, they improve to 18-3 on the year and keep pace with South Carolina. We expected a lot, and we got it.
This is a fantastic battle by Kentucky. Matthew Mitchell thought that Jen O'Neal may have drawn some contact, but you've got to compliment the play and the grit of Michaela Epps to try to keep the Wildcats in this ballgame.
Well, once again, our final score, Tennessee 73, Kentucky 72. Coming up next, more women's college basketball. Ole Miss takes on LSU. Now let's go to Baton Rouge. Take it away.